right, guys, UFC 311 just finished, and guys, what a banger card, man. I told you guys this was going to be a banger of a card, man. This happened in Los Angeles where the fires happened, where $1 million homes burned down. People were tearing up. People were furious about it, man. But Dana White didn't give a damn. Dana White said, we're still having this in California, and this is literally hell on earth. And guys, this is where the setting of this fight took. Hell on earth. From the prelims to the main event. Nothing but bangers, guys. Nothing but excitement. But guys, without further ado, before we even talk your head off, like the video, subscribe, because we got a lot to talk about, man. And we're not even going to start off with the main event in Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano. We're going to start off with the co-main event in Umar Nurmagomedov and Merab Dvalishvili, because that fight right there is the people's fight, and that has to be fight of the night, man. This dude Umar Nurmagomedov came off in those first couple of rounds showing that he has every answer for Merab, literally stuffing every takedown that Merab took at him. And then every strike that Merab threw just seemed like it just couldn't land. But guys, you guys had me fooled, because I told you guys on my bets and prediction that Merab is going to win. I seen Umar Nurmagomedov in the 4th round against Corey Sandhagen literally get tired. I seen that with my own 2 eyes. So I knew the cardio was going to be exceptional and Merab was going to beat him in that department. But whoa, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. The way Merab absolutely annihilated Umar in those championship rounds, literally, he did it where it mattered. And that's what champions do. And Umar and Merab, for what I'm concerned, this dude is the man. Georgian just really took a huge rise up in their stock. And guys, I feel like just by Merab winning against Umar, it has to make Ilya up next against Islam. I know it sounds crazy and the math doesn't really add up, but it has to be a back and forth war between the Georgians and the Russians, and Islam has to get that back for the Russians, man. You have to beat a Georgian. I feel like that has to be the case. I don't know. Maybe the math doesn't math up for you guys, but I'm trying to make a connection there for Ilya and Islam, because this dude Merab made something special happen, man. When underdogs after underdogs were winning all throughout the card, he made it happen for the main event where it mattered most. For the co-main event, he won as an underdog, and he won me some solid money. So I can't do nothing but be excited for Merab. He dominated Sean O'Malley. He dominated Jose Aldo. He dominated Umar Nurmagomedov. He dominated a lot of these dudes, and I don't know what's next for this dude. This is going to be a trilogy fight, the way I'm seeing how this fight is going to shape up. I'm not going to much lie to you guys. And if this fight does go into a second fight, I might be leaning toward Umar. I feel like a Umar with more preparation can be a scary Umar. I do think his hand did get broken within the 1st round. He has an arm problem, guys. He has an arm problem, and he needs to get that fixed. It's that simple. He shouldn't be fighting unless he gets that fixed. And I think that's what he has to do next in order to really get himself back into those championship level opportunities again. But all in all, man, I got to give credit to credit where it's due, man. This dude Merab showed out for the fans. This dude did unlimited taunting all over Umar, letting them know you ain't got shit on me. In championship rounds where it mattered the most, the champ showed up. And this dude Merab has been in these pay-per-view spots a million times, man. He's been in like 5 pay-per-view spots, 1 every time, probably 6 now going against Umar. But Umar has only been in 1 pay-per-view spot prior going into this fight. So the jitters had to have been hitting Umar going into those later rounds, and the exhaustion, you can see it really played a role. All in all, man, congratulations to Merab. The Georgians are up. And this dude might be the greatest bantamweight to ever do it. I think that's the conversation we're not having with Merab. Even if Umar comes back and beat him, and it does go to a trilogy and he beats him again, you still have to go ahead and give it to Merab, and it can always be a conversation that this dude is the bantamweight GOAT. This dude is doing it right now, man, and I gotta give credit where credit is due, dog. Next fight up, we got the main event. Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano. And guys, this is what a minus 1,200 favorite does. This dude Islam Makhachev dominated Moicano, man. Moicano had no chance to beat this dude Islam Makhachev. He showed why he is #1 pound for pound. But guys, let's go ahead and get to a deeper dive of this fight, because during this fight, you can see that Islam was furious. He was angry that Umar lost that fight. He didn't get that story that way the story is supposed to shape out. And guys, I told you it wasn't gonna shape out how you guys think it was gonna shape out. I told you guys that, man. Watch my official breakdowns, man. I might stop making those videos, man. Some of you guys don't like the video and subscribe on it. I might stop. I might stop winning you guys some money. I think that's my fault. But all in all, man, you can see the furiousness in Islam's face. You can see that he was angry that Umar lost that fight, man. So at the beginning of the fight, they didn't even touch gloves. When the ref, Herb Dean, told him to touch gloves, Islam was straight on his A game. Once they got into the fight, they stood up for a good, 2 minutes of the fight. Renato Moicano got a little bit of a moment, but Islam did slip. He did not connect on the strike. But all in all, it didn't matter because once Islam was able to get on top of Renato Moicano and inflict a little bit of ground and pound, and then Renato Moicano got scared and started to scramble all over the place, this dude Islam Makhachev caught him like a fly and put him straight into the Darce choke, his patent move, and then he made him go night-night and smashed him in the first round. I predicted a second round finish, but hey, first round finish, that's even better, man. That's what a minus 1,200 favorite does. Not like Peyton Tablet, that fraud that lost, and he was a minus 1,200 favorite. Crazy how you lose like that, man. But I said from the start that this dude Peyton Tablet doesn't have enough experience. 8 years of experience in the octagon just isn't enough. You need to be doing this shit as a baby when you're 8 years old, not when you're starting as an 18-year-old and you're going against a 39-year-old veteran. But that was my fault for still saying that Peyton Tablet was going to win. I didn't read it like how I was supposed to read it, and I got fooled, and it's your guys' fault. I can't blame myself. I need somebody to blame, so I'm going to blame you guys. All in all, guys, like the video, subscribe, don't dislike because I blame you. All in all, let's go ahead and get into the next fight. And the fight that low-key kind of broke my heart, man. I didn't want to see any of these guys lose, quite frankly. I didn't want to see Yuri Prochazka lose. I already did it, but at the same time, who wants to see Jamal Hill lose? The whole world. So I felt like I had to go ahead and back the guy that was all alone and by himself and trying to go ahead and go against the world. And that was Jamal Hill. Now, Jamal Hill getting knocked out by Yuri Prochazka, that was something I would have never ever predicted, man. The only way I can see this fight going is Jamal Hill knocking out Yuri Prochazka and Yuri Prochazka winning this fight by decision. Yuri Prochazka knocking out Jamal Hill and finishing the fight by KO TKO is like a what the hell type of moment, really. And it kind of broke my heart, like I said, man. But let's go ahead into a deeper dive of this fight, man. When the fight started, Yuri Prochazka, that blitz that he does, it's absolutely amazing. And Jamal Hill had no answers for it, man. The way Jamal Hill does his defense is atrocious. I knew Jamal Hill had a little bit of defense and he could, defend himself. But I didn't think it was that bad. It's really bad, man. This dude literally, when he's trying to escape, he throws a right hook that has no type of technicality to it. It's just a right hook that's just thrown in the air and he just hopes he lands it. It's like a Hail Mary punch. I don't understand it, but that's his style of defense. All in all, Yuri Prochazka didn't care. He didn't see that shit. He did his style of blitz, and he went through that shit, and he really worked Jamal Hill in that first round. And then in the second round, Jamal Hill got a little bit of stamina back after being brutally beaten in the first round, got his energy back, got his flow back, started working Yuri Prochazka, getting to the body, ended up poking him in the eye. Yuri Prochazka couldn't see for a little bit, so Jamal Hill took advantage of that moment and then took the second round. So it was 1-1 going into this bout, and Jamal Hill was a plus 220 underdog, and I thought, oh, this is a perfect time to put some money on Jamal Hill, guys. I really did. Taking Jamal Hill at a plus 220 underdog at that moment, perfect moment. But guess what? This dude Yuri Prochazka didn't give a shit. This dude Yuri Prochazka turned it up in the third round. After I thought this dude was blinded by Jamal Hill, he turned it up, knocked out Jamal Hill, and that was night-night for him, and he made the true dream story happen. He did it for the cancer patient, won the $50,000, Dana White matched it to $100K, and the story is fully completed, and the samurai has done a side quest, and he is looking to go ahead and get to the main quest, and that is the light heavyweight championship belt. And guys, we got to talk about Alex Pereira and Ankalaev officially being booked, which is all right. Next fight up, we got Jailton Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. And guys, man, I was low-key rooting for Sergey Spivak. John Almeida, I know he's a really strong guy, man. Guys, I seen this dude pick up Daniel Cormier, and Daniel Cormier confirmed he's a strong mother effer. So I knew going into this fight, he is the stronger guy. So everything that John Almeida has over Sergey Spivak physically, it's going to be inferior, because just look at the body size and look at the body shape of these dudes. Look at the figure of these two dudes. Don't diddy when I say that. But John Almeida looks jacked, and Sergey Spivak looks like a sloppy heavyweight. But in this fight right here, man, Sergey Spivak looked fast. He looked like he was going to be a dominant heavyweight for a good 2 minutes of the fight, maybe a minute, 30 seconds of the fight. He looked really solid until John Almeida was like, what the hell? I'm actually getting beat by Sergey Spivak. He's really doing this to me, throwing elbows on me right now. This is really happening. John Almeida, some like switch clicked in his mind where he was like, this isn't happening again. This is not another Curtis Blades moment. Flipped this dude, Sergey Spivak, started inflicting his own ground and pound, and when they stood it back on the floor, man, it was over for Sergey Spivak. John Almeida finished him in the first round, and he called out Tom Aspinall. And if the John Jones and Tom Aspinall fight doesn't happen, do you guys want to see John Almeida up next? Is that the fight to really make up next? I don't know. I can't give you an answer right now, man. I want to see my guy Alexander Volkov get that shot against Tom Aspinall. I kind of don't want to see Cyril Gane, but Alexander Volkov will be a good matchup. After that, maybe John Almeida, maybe Mick Parkins. There's a couple names that could be added into that bag, but all in all, John Almeida making a shot towards Tom Aspinall is the perfect call out for him. And Sergey Spivak, man, he looks solid. And I think going to his next fight, he will put it together, man. I really do think so. Oh, man, dog. Jamal Hill broke my heart. This fight, I was very disappointed. But I'm not shocked, guys. I told you guys this, man. I read you guys the stats. You're not watching my bets and predictions videos. I read you a stat, and the stat said when Kevin Holland is a plus 100 and in between that minus 199 favorite, you can't bet on him. He's not a guy you want to bet on. He's 5-7 after taking a loss to Ryan Day Ryder. He is currently 6-7 in pay-per-view spots where he is between plus 100 and minus 199, guys. Ryan Day Ryder looked absolutely dominant. He is slow as shit on the stand-up game, so I don't know why Kevin Holland didn't take advantage of it, but it was clear as day, man. Ryan Day Ryder, he fills up perfect for that middleweight division. This dude is a big boy. Once I seen him literally sit on Kevin Holland's back, the size of that dude, once I seen him do that, I was like, oh my gosh, Kevin Holland is in deep waters. This dude is a middleweight that's built like a light heavyweight. This dude, Ryan Day Ryder, is big as shit. I was like, wow. When they had a little bit of a face-off, I thought he looked bigger just for the simple fact that he had Timberlands on. I was like, okay, he looks bigger because of that reason alone. But if he doesn't have the Timberlands, I believe they're the same height. He's just a little bit stockier, just a slight bit stockier than Kevin Holland. But my gosh, this dude, Ryan Day Ryder, I wonder, what does he walk as when he's not trying to cut weight? This dude easily has to be 200 plus pounds when he's not cutting weight, man. Because this dude dominated Kevin Holland. And I'm disappointed in Kevin Holland. I wanted him to put on a better performance, but it looks like he just want to log on a whole bunch of fights. He doesn't care, man. He's on a Jackson podcast arguing, going back and forth with Rampage Jackson, talking about this other dude, Wonder Boy Thompson, saying that he's angry at him because he didn't want to train with them against Michael Venom Page. A whole bunch of things. He's talking about smoking weed, all of that extra stuff. And guys, I smoke weed, but I know if I fought right now, I wouldn't be able to last one round. And this dude, Ryan Day Ryder, you have a Russian that doesn't do that, that's disciplined, that's looking for the championship belt, that has a goal. Man, this dude easily won this fight, took care of business against Kevin Holland. And Kevin Holland, man, I don't know what's next for him. I think he has to move down to the welterweight division because his middleweight division isn't for him, dog. It's that even Israel Adesanya looks bigger than Kevin Holland. If Kevin Holland has to go ahead and stick into the middleweight division, he has to get to Israel Adesanya's size and really bulk up, because that right there isn't going to cut it. It's not. Man, I'm really mad I didn't put my money against Peyton Tablet. Guys, I knew this dude wasn't going to win, dog. It was a whole bunch of things. that had led me to the reason, but it wasn't a clear and concise finalization of a reason why I had to go ahead and fade Peyton Tablet, man. This dude called out Jesus Christ, for crying out loud. He called out Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ definitely had a message for him tonight, because my God, this dude Peyton Tablet did not show up as a minus what? 110 favorite? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He didn't show up. This dude Peyton Tablet killed a lot of parlays. If I'm not mistaken, if you put money on Peyton Tablet, I feel sorry for you, man. This dude is a disappointment. Has no ground game. He's calling out Jesus Christ. He's calling out Andrew Tate. He doesn't look at the opponent that's in front of him. I seen this dude in a freaking Vegeta time chamber pod, and I thought, okay, he's really training. He's really doing some shit. But apparently, boy, was I wrong. And this dude is a joke, and this dude is a jobber, and he has no ground game. This dude Barcelos, I gotta give credit where credit is due, man. You put on a good fight. Hey, and I want to see you go ahead and excel, because you took care of business against this motherfucker Peyton Tablet. All right, next fight up, we have Grant Dawson versus Diego Ferreira. And guys, when we're doing these prelim fights, we're not going to go into crazy depth of these, but we're going to give a brief talk when we talk about these prelim fights. And Grant Dawson simply has to work on his stand-up game. Great performance from Grant Dawson. His wrestling was A1. Grade 1. I'm gonna say that G word. Are you serious? But it's A1 though. I'll tell you that. The elbows that he threw when he was throwing that ground and pound, give him credit where credit's due. But all in all, he simply has to work on the stand-up game. Diego Ferreira had a tough weight cut, but he still looked pretty decent going into this fight. Has to work on his takedown defense, but he's on the back end of his career, so pretty good money to take. You know, pay the bills, do what he got to do. Solid fight from Grant Dawson. I told you guys Alan Perez is gonna win. I know that little taunting stuff with her twerking is not hip. You guys don't like it, but I knew this was a perfect spot for her to win, man. Cara Rosa, all you have to do to beat a big girl is just simply put her on her back. That's all you have to do, guys. I'm a small guy in IRL, so I know how to beat a big person. Yes, I recently lost my last fight. Yes, I know, guys. In real life, I lost my last fight. But I know how to beat up a big son of a bitch. And that's how you do it, guys. Simply put them on their back and do your ground and pound. And that's exactly what Alan Perez did. Shout out to Alan Perez coming in at the plus 200 underdog, beating Cara Rosa. But I do think if they face her against anybody under the top 10, I think that will be the end for Alan Perez. I don't think she has much to give to the division after the top 10. But she does beat anybody that is above. I told you guys, man, at all times when you see an Asian fighter fight, you fade them. You never bet on the Asian. Du Hoi Choi and Chan Sung Jung are the only exceptions that I will ever give to betting on the Asian, until you can show me something different. Once I heard the information about Nakamura, you have a dude from Japan, but his main style is wrestling. That didn't make sense at all. I've never seen Japanese be good at wrestling. I've never seen that in my life. Until you can show me that, I have to disagree with you guys on that, man. So once I heard that, okay, this Nakamura guy is simply a wrestler and he's Asian. It just didn't mesh well. So instantly fade the Asian, and boy, did I make some good money, man, betting on my boy, how you pronounce his name. Congratulations, man, and I am thankful for what you've done for me, dog. Last but not least, we had the first fight of the night. Tajir versus Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter can be a very solid prospect into the game of the UFC, into the fight league of the UFC. Can definitely be a solid prospect. Put on a great fight against Tajir, but Tajir showed why he's better. He showed he is working exceptionally hard in that octagon. Calling out Pantoja, I don't know if that's the great move. Even though Pantoja has nobody to fight, I just don't feel like that fight against Clayton Carpenter was the fight to really call out Pantoja. All in all, good performance from Tajir. Bringing in the first win of the night for Team Habib. And yeah, I called it out, man. Guys, you need to watch my bets and predictions videos. I definitely need to tell you that. All in all, if you made it this far into the video, you know what to do. I ain't got to tell you to like the video, subscribe. Damn it, you ain't do it yet. Do it for your boy, man. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, so help your boy out. 5 likes is all I'm asking for, but if we could go ahead and hit the 10 likes, I might give you guys something special. Not a giveaway because we ain't getting paid from the channel yet, but if you guys go ahead and get your boy to 1,000 subscribers, giveaways can happen soon. But enough of me yapping to you guys. Enough of me yapping. Happy Sunday. Enjoy your perfect Sunday. And he stood up with Israel Adesanya and stand and bang with him. Guys, that's another topic for another day. I thought Israel Adesanya is just running through my mind right now. I see him and Robert Whittaker being friends. It kind of icked me a little bit. I don't know. But we'll talk about that for another video. Oh no, guys. Like the video, subscribe. Road to 500 subs. 5 likes is all I'm asking for. I'm out.